What's up, guys? theBolderBoulder here, and today I've got something very cool, very cool. I got my very first Bionicle 2015 set. So let's dig right in. As you can see, I already opened up the box so that you can't see any of that personal information. Let's get rid of that. Haha. Like I was saying, the first one is Onua, the Master of Earth. Let's get that out of here. Alright. Zoom in real quick. There you go. There's the box. Oh, yeah, there you go. So now I'm going to do a little something I don't normally do. Just look at the box, because, I mean, it's not every day you see something like this, so the box is pretty neat. Pretty neat indeed. A very unique shape, I'll say. So, here it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I really like how they include the golden mask and also a little villain in there. I'll probably give my opinions over the whole thing in general at a later date. So, here's the back of the box. Onua, the Master Earth in Spanish, I think? And the skull spider shows the actual size for the mask. Oh, that is kind of small. Oh well, and then the little combo model, little comic, which is a nice little inclusion on the box. But that's the box. Oh, that cool little mask of creation up there, Lego Bionicle. Oh man, this is great. So let's dig right in. So I've got box cutter right here. Let's open this baby up real quick. So this is very cool, very cool. Oh man, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. Get that out of the way. Alright, come on. This cardboard doesn't feel as flimsy as I thought it was going to. Oh, sorry, that's not even really on camera. Okay, I got it open. Alright, so let's spill out these contents. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's move that box. Readjust the camera real quick. Alright. So there you go. There's all the parts. As you can see, I waited to build this thing just for you guys. Oh wow, this is neat. So here's the instructions. Good win. Very cool, very cool. So let's worry about that later. Now, I'm going to take all of these pieces, all 108 of them, and organize them real quick, and then we'll get on with the building. Alright, here are all the parts, mainly organized. So let's take a look at some of the interesting pieces real quick. Most of them are right up here. So, first off, the mask. The brand new Picari. So there it is. Very cool. Smaller than I thought, but fairly true to the shape and design of the original Picari. And of course, you could forget the golden version of the mask. Same exact mold, just a different color. I really like that they decided to put the golden masks right in there with the set. And now, here's a look at the skull spider body. Skull spider mask, whichever you'd like to call it. Very interesting, very menacing look. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I also like the little legs that they come with. Those will be great for mock making. Now, of course, they do use these Invasion from Below beast feet, which is a great idea. These definitely go along in the Bionicle scheme. And these are really cool pieces. The shoulder parts and the hammer that they just easily clip right together. Boom. Now that is cool. And of course they kept that Bionicle aesthetic with the little pistons on them. Now, let's get those out of the way, and here's the actual head piece. Pretty nifty. Of course, kind of small. And then here's the new eye stalk that you can put in there. And you can push it up and down to pop off the mask. But I'll show those functions later. Of course, a bunch of little armor pieces in black. And this is what I'm very excited about in purple as well. 4 of these, let's see, size 4 armor pieces in purple. How great is that? Not a very common color. Got this in silver. I like that. And, get this, even 4 of these new Bionicle shell pieces in gold. How cool is that? And they look like those Toamata pieces, or the body pieces. Yeah, the Toamata body pieces. Very neat. Whole bunch of little Technic parts right here. Let's see, here's the gearbox. One of those little Ben 10 feet in silver for the hammer. Very cool to get this big old black armor. The wider skeleton piece. And you've seen all the rest of those other bones. It comes with a few gray and 4 of these. Let's see. 4 of these pieces in black. But most of all, I like these trans purple pieces. Trans purple bones. I don't know why they didn't come with 4 of them. It would have made sense, but... And of course, got those stickers. Man, that gearbox is really cool. So, that's mainly the interesting parts right here. Let's get to building. And then I'll show you a comparison between this new Onua, the Master of Earth, and the Nuva and Mata versions of this figure. So, let's go right now. So here's the first step in those instructions to build the skull spider. And here's that little skull spider. Very small, extremely simple, but not really a very formidable foe for what it looks like this guy will be. So, let's move on to this next part. Alright, here's the next part. You put the legs together. There they are. Pretty nice, beefy looking. So, right now anyway, so now let's move on to the next part. Building that gearbox. Alright, I just constructed the whole gearbox mechanism. Let's move this over here. And now it's time to place it on the back of the figure. Yeah, there you go. Alright, now I'm going to continue, and we'll move on to this next part. Alright, I just constructed the arms. Here's a look at that. Oh man, this is looking really, really cool. It's not even finished yet. And it definitely feels like a Bionicle build. It doesn't feel like Hero Factory at all. So, let's move on to the next part. And alright, it's coming along, it's coming along. Now, we've got the head connected, and some more parts connected to the torso. So, alright, still coming along. Just put on those shoulder constructions. So now, let's put more of it back together. So let's move on to that next section. Now here he is with his chest, without the stickers though for right now. Very cool, very cool. Alright, and here is the hammer constructed. Now let's put it on the figure itself. Haha. There you go. Onua's got a hammer this time around. Intriguing. And now, let's see. Of course, the final part for any Bionicle set, the mask. And boom. How cool is that? Now let's readjust the camera real quick. So here he is. The one, the only Onua, the Master of Earth. Or Toa of Earth. He's called both of them. I'm not exactly sure why they did that, but it's all cool. I mean, it's Onua. This guy is very cool. Overall, very pleased with this figure. Definitely felt more like a Bionicle build than any of those Hero Factory sets, and they made a very good use of the new CCB building system. The CCBS, however those creature and character building system. Very good job, LEGO. So, it's also really neat to get that mask and Skull Spider to fight, even though, yeah, he's gonna get squashed in 2 seconds. But, most importantly, out of the extra stuff, the Onua mask in gold. And then a few little extra Technic pieces over here on the side, but that's nice to include those. And very broad-shouldered. Pretty neat. The mask is considerably smaller than I thought it was going to be, but that's not really a big issue now. So there's the back, and of course, the amazing gear function. I mean, how cool is that? Here, let's move his arms real quick. Gear function, actually. And thankfully, they made the shoulder pads adjustable. And look at that. You just hold it right there, and boom, it stays. Unlike with the original Toa Mata and Toa Nuva, even those Rockshi, their shoulders could move around, and they just sort of flopped around depending on how you held them. So, let's actually take a look at him alongside his predecessors. Here's Onua's Mata version and his Nuva version. Don't really have the Mystica version, but personally, I don't think that one's quite as cool as these three. So here they are, his 3 main forms. As you can see, the mask is very true to his original look, but is, again, considerably smaller. Oh, one thing you might have noticed, the stickers aren't on there. Yeah, I just didn't feel like putting them on there, because you never know, you might end up needing it for a mock or something, and it looks alright to me. Of course, it does help with the color scheme, and, well, speaking of color scheme, a bit more variety compared to his predecessors. With the inclusion of not just silver like on his Nuva version, but with gold and purple. Some very sought after colors. And it's great to get them. In fact, purple is even more rare than gold now with this new creature and character building system. But I really like those trans purple bones that they have on the upper legs. Remove that. That will be great for mock making. And it's just really cool. Though I wish they would have included at least 2 more bones to go up there on the arms, but I guess you really can't complain too much right there. The Protector of Earth has 4 of those, so I'll probably end up picking that one up just for the sake of having it. And it's great. Gear functions. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so great. I can't really find many flaws with this guy, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's a Bionicle set. I guess the only flaw I can really find in this is that function. I mean, I guess it's not really a flaw. It's just a little bit hard to maneuver the head sometimes. I mean, you can hold onto the mask and head at the same time, and it would be alright. Oh, that's just my dog. What are you doing? I'll just let him be there. So there's the mask. That's a pretty cool function. You can battle with your friends and just knock off the mask. And then the evil skull spider can attach right to the head. There you go. Now that is pretty menacing. Let's zoom in real quick. Just to wrap the back legs right up there. And the only way you're really going to get it to stick is with these legs up front. Well, actually, with Onua, he's got the extended neck, so you can actually get those legs wrapped around. Man. Yeah, that's sort of another flaw. It really is hard to get these skull spiders to stick on the heads with the legs wrapped around. Yeah, even with Onua, it's still a bit of a challenge, so I would not recommend that. Just stick with the legs forward, sort of like fangs, I suppose. But you can also pop that right off, get that darn skull spider out of here. Now here he is with his golden mask. Now that is very cool. Definitely fits in with his color scheme. I guess that leads me to one other con, though. Well, con until I actually got the set in hand. I thought there was way too many colors on this guy, but with those stickers on his chest, it sort of makes it a little bit better. So, oh well. There's only really 3 pieces of silver armor. I really would have liked it, well, before anyway, to have these be in gold or black. Maybe even purple even. That would look pretty cool. But, oh well. Also, another cool little function you can do. As with the old Onua sets, you could actually have dual functions for the weapons, which was very, very, very cool. So let's take these over here. Come on, dog. Getting into all the packaging. Alright, let's move those previous versions out of the way. You can take this and remove it and actually put it on his back. They show you how to do that in the instructions. Thankfully, they got a little spot right here. You can put it on there. Put it upwards like this, or yeah, upwards would probably be the best way for all those, for the gear function, so that it doesn't block the arms in any way. So there you go. And then you take his hammer, which sort of reminds me of the Mjolnir. And then there you go. He's got shoveling claws. Very, very cool. Because with the original Onua right here, he had those saws which you could connect to his feet, and then the original Onua had those clawing arms. These move a lot faster than the new one because of the actual friction addition on the back, which they literally just added one of those little sockets right there and put a ball joint on the actual mechanism itself to keep it from flopping around. So, very inventive, and I'm very satisfied. So let's put all these guys back here again. So there you go. That is my look. Actually, my first look. I wanted to make sure you guys got to see it too, just as I was getting to. The first look at Onua, the Master of Earth. So, let's readjust the camera real quick and I'll put Onua back into his original position. So, there we have it. Back in his original position. Very cool. Definitely a formidable foe to these skull spiders. And I am a little disappointed in the Lord of the Skull Spiders. I don't know if I'll pick him up or not. But that's him. That's Onua. And I suppose only one more very, very minor flaw. Like many of the other flaws on this set, they're very minor. Is just, whenever you take his hammer apart to make the shovels, this piece just stays down here and sticks out, but it's pretty hard to notice, as you would have seen before. So, many pros, he's very, very big. I like the assortment of colors now that I actually have him in set. Very good use of these feet. Very cool to get just so many recolors and brand new Bionicle pieces themselves. And another pro would definitely be, of course, the inclusion of the mask and a villain, and then the actual use of the CCB system itself. I definitely did not see LEGO going back to their older system parts, because those parts were too flimsy and broke too often, so very good job, LEGO. Of course, huge pro would be the gear function, which I'm not going to mess with that right now. I like the pose he has. He's got that cool hammer, wide chest, just so cool. And I like that he actually has the green eye color like his predecessors. Even though it's more of a light green. They had dark green. So, that's all I've got for you guys. This is a little bit more lengthy because I wanted to show you guys the set being built itself. If I do any more reviews, it'll just be over the set itself mainly. So, unless I change my mind. So there's always that possibility. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, hitting that like button, all that great stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Man, this set is cool. Alright, bye.